nothing over music. John, are you ready? Ron, are you ready? Jose, let's go!
Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still. Yeah, all season long we're gonna keep the garden live. Let me introduce you to New York, starting 5. Listen to the podcast, like it and share it. What highlights of RJ, Broadway, Barrett? The question is, what kind of offense we gonna run, son? It doesn't matter, we got Jalen Brunson. Let him drive the lane, you know that we stopping them. Welcome to the block party, Mitchell Robinson. You need a deep shot, call Evan Fournier. Look behind the 3-point line and find him over there. And trust, there's nothing we can't handle. If things go left, we call Julius Randle. Look all the way up and see OB topping. And NY, it's good to see your IQ dropping. Hit the defender with a hezzy, he froze. Classic, vintage, D-Rose. You wanna see fans do? Tell me what the bet is. Human highlight, you gotta keep your cam on Reddish. You can't handle the beef, then why start? And make sure you tune in to catch iHeart. Put the Knicks on the New York Times with the vets and the youngins like Quentin Grimes. Run with us or run from us, it's time to pick sides before I end up waving the deuce like McBride. Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to SKF Weekly. You see it. It's Ron and John. We are back. Thank you for tuning into the show. And I'm going to have to start mentioning my guy, Jose, because he loves making special appearances nowadays. Let's go.
That's right. Let's go. Nice.
Thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know that there's like shout out to our one subscriber. No, I know the Knicks are playing. So right now everybody's tuned into that. And, we're jumping on a little later. But right now it looks like the Knicks are up. Am I not mistaken? 82-76. At least on my end. It may be faster. I got FUBU, yo. So don't kill me. Right. That's my score.
I got the same score, and I'm streaming it on my phone right now. So
okay, all right. So I mean, we down for the charge. Yeah, man. So it's nice. I will say just a quick look at tonight's game so far. The Knicks are playing well. I mean, they have all of a sudden got some needless turnovers. They've been a little sloppy with the ball. Even Jalen Brunson got a turnover. So tonight's a weird night, right? But Orlando's tough. Orlando is hanging, man. Every time the Knicks try to get away, they come right back.
Yeah, they got a lot of talent, man. A ton of talent. Yeah. Young budding stars over there. And Banchero's the real deal. Or Banchero.
Banchero, yeah. Yeah, he definitely is, man. I like him, man. And I like the fact that, it's one of those things like you look at players that come into the league, the Kobe's, and I'm not saying Banchero's that, but I'm just saying these guys who come into the league with all this hype, day one, it kind of there's a transition period. They're slow to get the speed of the game. Oh, not Paolo. Paolo's hitting the ground running.
Mm-hmm. And the good thing about the kid got the size, he's got the weight, he's strong, and he's got nice touch, from around the basket. He's really good.
Yep, that is correct. The Knicks are still up 85-76, got a 9-point lead with about 3 minutes and 45 seconds in the third quarter. I know they're trying to extend this lead and get this game into a comfortable spot, but we'll see if they can do it. Well, I mean, I will say Orlando, the last couple possessions has been giving them openings. They're missing some of their shots, so this is the time.
You get opportunities, you got to knock them down, especially against teams like this that, you can't let this young team hang around,
Yeah, definitely. You got to keep on them. They're going to a TV timeout right now. The Knicks are up 87-76.
I like what Ihart is providing too, right off the bench. He's giving some good rebounding, some good effort plays. That's important.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. This is good, and this is great for everybody to see, like the full complement of all these guys' games. From day to day, you're just going to see more and more, maybe good things, maybe bad things, but you're going to see more and more about who these players are, the Brunsons, the Iharts, because they're new to the team.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll try to keep you guys updated for as long as we're on, with what the score is and how the game is progressing. Bear with me. I apologize. I don't know, feeling a little funky, but I don't think I'm going to be out on health and safety protocols, guys. So rest assured. Right. But who knows? Who knows? That's the whole thing, right? The trade-off. Hey, you go out and have fun with all these people at the Garden. Now you're feeling sick.
Yeah. It's how it works, man. You're not the only one. I'm dealing with some sort of ear infection. It's weird.
Yeah, I think this is like maybe hopefully, God forbid, we don't have anything else that we don't want. We don't want nothing. It manifests differently in different people. It's like when you get superpowers, how different people get different superpowers. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Anyway, shout out to the chat. Thank you, Geraldine McIva. Thank you, Jose Gabriel. Ats Babe. DJ Farrell in the building, D in the building. Appreciate you guys. I know, not everybody's going to be, jumping to tune in because they're watching the Knicks game intently. But we appreciate you guys being here. And those who are missing this can always watch the replay. It lives in the ethos.
Yes, sir.
But, being that we are here and there was some stuff that took place last week, I think what we should do is just get it right out the way. Let's start this show off with a bang with a new segment we like to call the peak performer. Okay, this is going to be the person that we think that we unanimously, myself and John, agree on to be the player that we think had a big impact in the last game that we watched right before we come on. So it could be a good impact or it could be a negative impact, right? And this is where we get you guys involved. This is where you guys can get the fan participation happening. Now, tonight may be a little rough on the fan participation, but you know what you guys can do? Those who tune in and watch the replay, you can put what I'm going to ask you to do in the comment section. So, yeah, man, so we know that you was involved. All right, so what we need you guys to do, we're going to say who the peak performer is that we think from, it was from the last game, right? And you guys can say whether or not you agree with us by either giving us the seeing stars, like the happy emoji, or you can give us the green throw up, the nasty emoji. Either way, we're okay with it because we want to get you guys involved, man.
Also, let's preface this by saying this is not for this current game that's playing right now as we are on the air live. So the game that is prior to this game is our opening season game against the Detroit Pistons.
Right. We are talking about the last game, not today's game.
Right.
So,
just to be clear,
without further ado,
the
peak performer. The peak performer of the last game is none other than
Drum roll, please. Oh no, we got exploding.
man. That's right. It's Mr. Jalen Brunson. You see it? Yeah, man. Jalen Brunson, he is just the epitome of Mr. Efficient. He's so steady, so calm no matter what's going on. He just brings the team back down like when everything's getting crazy. Look at the moves. Ooh, okay, Jalen. Yeah, up and under. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. Yeah, he just picks his spot. Look at him getting up there, knocking it down, bang.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's aggressive.
Floor general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a great. Oh, look at this. Oh, Dipsy do watch yourself. Dunker. No, it's not a dunk.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man. Jalen Brunson, Mr. Efficient.
Right.
Oh, here it is. Oh, well, watch yourself. See, caught you slipping. There you go. That's it. That's that move. And then this one, to insult to injury, a three from the wing, bang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Good job.
Not to mention, no turnovers in this game, which is something to be said for a point guard to be able to establish himself in the first two games and really provide that sort of stability and on the floor. It's important. It's important to see it build with us right now. Yeah, let's do an update. Let's do an update.
We talking about old stuff and current stuff at the same time. Obi Toppin just they went on a fast break. Nice Obi Toppin dropped the ball behind his back to RJ for the dunk with the left hand. Knicks are up 94-80 with 37 seconds left in the third quarter.
Right. And great team basketball, right? This is great team basketball. It's like, everyone's sharing the ball. RJ is actually starting to knock down the three, which is great to see. I know he was not shooting it efficiently enough in the first two games. So this is going to, again, Orlando's tough. They're playing really good basketball themselves, but it seems like we have an answer offensively, which last year we didn't have an answer for them. So hopefully everyone keeps this going. The energy's still high. Fourth quarter comes. We'll see how we hold true in the fourth quarter. Everyone seems to be in really good shape, so it doesn't seem like we're going to get tired down the stretch. So I'm looking forward to the end of this one.
Agreed, man. And look at that unit out there. We're talking Brunson, Hartenstein, RJ, Obi, and missing somebody. Fournier. Yeah. Interesting.
Right.
Interesting unit.
Yeah.
And I actually like this. You know why? Because this also allows us to see Fournier playing with the bench mob. Good stuff. Yeah, get him comfortable.
It's a mix. It's a mix of Fournier. It's some starters, like Obi's a bench player, but then you still have RJ and Brunson in there with Fournier. So Obi's playing with the starters, and so is Ihart. You know what I mean? So it's a nice mix.
Mm-hmm. It's really good. It's really good.
A couple of possessions before we had Randall playing alongside Cam, I think in the second quarter. So
yeah, correct. That's right. And Cam, let me see. I just thought I had it up, but I don't. Cam started off pretty good in this game. Where is he at? Okay,
and I'm right there with you. As Babes DJ Farrow says, great chemistry. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's nice to see. Now, once again, I'm gonna say, not to take anything away from this great chemistry, but the Knicks are benefiting from starting this current season off against young teams. Not Memphis per se, but Detroit and Orlando, who have new pieces, new roles, new significant pieces. So the chemistry is not there yet. This is when you see the difference between a team that's been together for at least 2 years for the most part. Some guys have been here for 3 or 4 years, but you know what I mean. So it's really good chemistry, and this should benefit the Knicks. Not only with that, but also the fact that from top to bottom, the Knicks got good talent through like 13 guys.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
Mm-hmm. And not for nothing, someone said this early on another show, but Detroit's top to bottom ain't too bad either. They got a nice mix of young players over there. So I mean Detroit. I mean, I'm sorry, I meant to say Orlando.
Orlando, yeah,
Apologies.
Orlando does. I mean, so does
Yeah.
Detroit, but they just like
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
they're young. They're going to be inefficient in some areas. They're not going to shoot the ball really well, which is also a surprise with Orlando because they're shooting better than I thought they would. But again, it's a testament to the young talent that they have. They have to they continue to be aggressive and they play. They play hard. So, and with that talent and playing hard, it could get you, into close games. I think the Knicks need to continue to be efficient and continue sharing the ball as they're doing. And I think we may come away victorious if we continue to play the way we're playing right now. So,
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Got to keep it up. And look at Hartenstein trying to get busy on these offensive boards. I like that. I seen him trying to do a couple taps here and there to keep everything going. So it's good to see because we're getting that type of stuff from both Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein. That's a really good look. Let me ask you, John, before we get back into last week's stuff. Not concerned, but are you curious at all about the fact that Hartenstein seems to be playing some really integral minutes on all the different lineups as opposed to Mitchell Robinson?
I'm not, for the sake of saying, Mitchell played a lot of minutes last year, especially when he was, asked to, hold down the fort because we didn't have a lot of, Nerlens Noel. And then also, that caused a little bit of injuries here and there, which allowed Taj Gibson to play a lot of minutes. So I'm actually happy that Ihart is able to take a lot of the minutes and keep him fresh because we're gonna need it. We're gonna need Mitchell Robinson in the come playoff time. We need him to be healthy. We want him to play at the very least 62 plus games this season, and if we get that, then it's a win. So I'm okay with Ihart playing, early minutes. It's early in the season, so having him play and get acclimated playing with, the bench and the starters, I think it's a plus. It could only help. Plus, he's a pretty good, he does a really good job, rebounding the ball, which is super important. He needs to get better on the defensive side as far as like contending shots. But outside of that, I think he does a pretty good job. He's a willing passer, and from time to time, he does a really good job of impacting the offense in that way. I would like to see a little bit more. I would like to see him a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end from time to time. So then it opens up more of those passes. But overall, I think this is a really good start for him as a Knick.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. These are all good signs. These are good problems to have, to be honest.
Yeah.
Quick score update. It's 96-86. New York Knicks are up by 10. It's about 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Knicks have the ball.
One thing I'm not going to do.
Randle just knocked down a three.
Nice. And he just came in with the bench mob, right? So now there's another mix
sir.
there, right? So he's with the bench plays. And,
Yeah, this is very interesting. Now the lineup out there is Derrick Rose, Julius Randle, Emmanuel Quickly, Cam Reddish, and Hartenstein.
It's a good mix.
Yeah.
Just keep your guys fresh, and I think that's a key. If you got this much depth on your team, you can keep guys fresh throughout an entire game, you know what I mean? And share the minutes. I see.
Agreed.
Why not?
Yeah. What were you going to say? I'm sorry. You were going to say something?
No, I was saying, why not keep them fresh? You know what I mean? This is a way to do it. Okay. So we should continue to do it. And I think this is good because this is almost a change for Tibbs, right? We haven't really seen this.
This is what we've been asking for. We're not listen. I hope people, Knick fans out there, understand. We're not asking for a lot. We don't need Tibbs to play our favorite player out there. We need Tibbs just to play guys and keep them fresh. But getting fresher guys out there, more active hands, better energy. It gives you an advantage over the other teams because these guys are talented.
Yeah. Not to mention, everyone starts to realize their role on this team too, right? Like,
right.
cats like Obi Toppin and Quick and Cam, they come off the bench excited because they know they're going to get enough minutes to make an impact. And that's
Agreed.
super important.
And the other thing, we talked about, well, at least I talked about, and I know you agree with that too. I want the Knicks to be able to play and have fun out there, but have that chemistry, but also have fun doing it, because they play better when they're all in good spirits and playing like if they're one unit. You get more of that when you allow other guys to be a part of the basketball game, get them involved. And yeah, they start to feel like they're one unit. Not only are they involved and doing good things on the court, but then when they're on the bench, they're cheerleading, they're bigging up their guys. They're more into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's what we want. That's what we want. And so far, so good. I mean, this last possession, I don't know if you've seen, you're probably a little ahead of me, but Randall was doing a little bit too much ISO ball there.
Those
little things they need to clean up a little bit, like don't sort of focus your energy on going ISO. Share the ball, you'll get it back. But there's some good rotations happening, and I like to see that. There's some action. This kid,
I don't even know. Isn't it? It's crazy that Bobo never really got a shot. I think he was with was he with the Celtics at one point?
Yeah. No. You're talking about Taco Fall.
No.
Was he with
Taco Fall? Sorry, I confused them. I don't remember where Bobo was, but I know he really didn't get a chance to play. And it's interesting that Orlando is using him. The kid's got some talent.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Man, but this is a really good game right now. Did we go on to a TV break?
Yes, we just went into a TV break right now. Current score is, excuse me, 99-90 with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
And the Knicks are up.
That's correct. So
salute,
yeah, guys,
Jay
this
Boogie
is
on the ones and twos. He's joined in.
Oh man, Jay Boogie, man, good to see you, brother.
You.
Appreciate you. Definitely, man. It was such a special feeling to meet you in person, man. You're a really good dude, just over the phone and on the panels and stuff, and just talking to you. To be able to see you in person was dope for me, man.
Yeah,
that's what makes all these moments worth it. Thank you to Sim for putting this all together so we could all get together and really, have a good time out there. Speaking of that, once again, I do want to say thank you to Simeon Russell, the podfather of Nothing But Knicks, NBK family, because he definitely does his best to put together these. Event planning is not easy. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And then you also have to, in order to get good prices and all that stuff, you have to be able to get the people together. So it goes, there's a lot going into it. And Sim has been doing a really good job at it for, a few years now. And it just continues to get better. And he wants to expand on some of the events and outings going forward. Maybe next year, a basketball game, a pickup basketball game, maybe a barbecue with the families and everything. So, just stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of different things, man. And definitely appreciate it. I'm happy that John was able to attend the home opener at Madison Square Garden.
My first.
I don't know
ever.
Yes. I don't know if you could see it, but I could tell that you were having a great time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, trust me. I see myself having a great time. But yeah, no, it was a joy to be out there hanging out with everyone and enjoying the camaraderie of amongst all the podcasters and fans alike, and folks that we would run into in the chat, who also chime in, because to be honest with you, they're part of the action, right?
Right. Oh, and actually, while you're speaking, John, you know what? We got a montage of some of the people that we were meeting on Friday night. It was really great. Continue.
Yeah. Let's definitely show that.
Wait, that's us with the robot. Sorry, my bad.
Oh yeah, that's us with the robot. Look at that. Ooh,
we took a trip to the city.
Nice.
Yeah,
we had a good time, man. But I think it's important to say that we run into folks and we have this camaraderie and we speak highly of the chat, because I think without the chat, we aren't who we are, right? They help us along the way. They keep us motivated. They keep us active as podcasters, and I think it's important to shout them out because some of them, I think we met some folks who would jump in on the chat from time to time. which is great to see. So shout outs to you guys for coming through and enjoying the time with us. It was a joy for me. How about you, Ron?
Yeah.
What do you like
I can't
most?
tell you. I don't want to leave anybody out, but I'm still gonna try to see if I can name a lot of the people that we did see. First
Right.
off, we saw this guy Chris from New Jersey. Big guy,
right.
bro. He's like
Goes
as
by
tall as me,
CJ.
man.
CJ.
CJ,
Uh-huh.
right.
Right.
Dope dude, dope individual.
Good
Had a
dude.
blast with him. We were kind of with him off and on all night.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
cool dude. Shout out to you, Chris, CJ. If you're watching this, I know you don't get in the chat, but it was dope meeting you and hope to see you again
Pleasure.
at another MBK event in the future, man. That was dope.
Right. Right.
Definitely special shout out. John was chopping it up with a couple people that was sitting right behind us, who the gentleman also has a YouTube channel. Let me see if I can remember his name. It's Ask Something. Hold on, I gotta get it. I'm subscribed.
Yeah.
Ask Donnie. His name is Donnie. Yes, Ask Donnie. Really cool dude. He was a dope individual, and sitting right behind him was Brooklyn Butch. If you guys know the Knicks community, Brooklyn Butch be in the chat heavy, man. Shout out to Brooklyn Butch. Appreciate you. Shout out to the usual suspects. Kareem Grant was in the building.
Yes, he was.
He was. Man, dope dude, man. Dope dude. Is always good to see him.
The homie Noel was in the building. My fellow Latino brother. You know what I mean?
That's
he
right.
Hung out with us. Yeah, people.
I am Jarrell was in the building. He came imagine that, guys. He came all the way from Jersey just for the pregame. He didn't even go to the game he came for the pregame, which is dope, man. That just shows the love for the MBK community and everything, in the Knicks community. So that was a real cool experience seeing him. But I've seen him before at the other MBK events, so it's good to see him again. Shout out to Eru, Diehardknicks was in the building. The fellas from Nickish were in the building.
They were in the building.
Julito McCullum from The Wire was in the building. Y'all know him. From
Guillermo
KCDA
was in
also.
The building.
Guillermo from Legion of Knicks was in the building. Kev was in the building. Crazy Cornerstone Kev. He was there.
Cornerstone.
Isaiah was in the building. Shout out to Isaiah. Salute to you, my brother.
MBK family.
Another gentleman who was in the building, but he's been in the building before at different events. But this time he came up on the live panel with Sha Money, man. Shout out to Sha Money.
Sha Powers, man. Much respect.
Yeah, man. Sha Powers, appreciate you. And my man Divine, Knicks Real Talk. Check them out.
For sure.
Hard Will came out. Yeah, I can't believe Hard Will showed up, man.
Yeah, man.
Hard Will showed up. Check out their show with Worldwide L for the Love of the Game. That's right. The number 4 OUR Love of the Game. Check them out. It was dope meeting him. And as I said, Jay Boogie once again. Jay Boogie was not only there for he came through at the post game for us. He was at other places during pre-games. Then he was in the garden shaking hands and kissing babies. he was working on his video for the biggest. Yeah, man. We just got a fast break opportunity right now. RJ Barrett just dunked the ball. Listen, let me tell you something. I don't know what the numbers are, but I feel like this Knicks team is moving, man. They're moving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very good camaraderie. Yeah. Even off the bench, man, you see them. They're talking. They're happy. I just, we're going to, of course, like every other team, we're going to end up in some sort of slump throughout the season. We're going to run into it, right? We're going to hit a wall, and that's where you're going to have to see how do we fight through that. Because that's what's going to be the telltale sign of a good team. You know what I mean? Do we go? Does that hitting that wall? Does it affect us to the point where we go through a really bad skid, or do we sort of break up those losing streaks? Do we find ways to win games that we probably would have lost the season before? So,
right,
that's the key.
Agreed. Very true. Like, because they're definitely
salute Divine. We see really you on fast. Here. Appreciate you.
Hey, what's good, Divine? Appreciate you, man. Good to see you, my brother. Definitely. Can't wait to chop it up with you again, man. Dwayne Dennis in the building. Salute. Yeah, man, this is nice right now. This is really nice. And just give a quick score update for those who may not be able to watch the game. Knicks are up 104-92. It's 6 minutes and about 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They're on a TV timeout right now. Yeah, this is good stuff, man. This is what you call.
Say that
No,
again.
what were you gonna say?
No,
I was just gonna say this is what you call taking care of business.
Yeah, taking care of business is right. No, there was a gentleman who we seen on our way out of the NBK. Do you recall the gentleman's name?
On our way out when we were going to the garden.
No, we were done for the night.
Oh, when we were.
He had left and came back.
Shoot, I don't know who it might have been, man. I'm trying to think, and there's a couple other people that I didn't mention their names because, forgive me, I've forgotten something. Oh, how could I forget Evergreen? Evergreen was there too.
Was in the building, right?
Yes, he was with the hot
NBK
takes.
fam, of course. You know, you had Josh there, you had Tony Crow there, we had Queen Steph, and of course the Podfather himself, Sim, was there holding it down.
Right. That's correct.
Oh man, everybody was there. You probably said Eru, right?
Yeah, I did. But thank you for bringing that up, because I also want to give, once again, that you brought it up, a special shout out to Josh, guys, because Josh has been heavy with NBK fam for a long time, and this was actually the whole NBK fam's first time meeting him in person. So it was a special moment for everybody. It was pretty dope.
Yeah, it was almost like we've already met with each other like long before then. Like we've actually seen each other in person. It felt that way, even though we didn't. You know what I mean? So,
right,
it was pretty cool.
Yeah, man, it was definitely dope. I had an incredible time, and that's why, like, it's a long day because if you're gonna be on the pregame and stuff, you're starting early in the afternoon, and then the postgame is late in the evening around 10 or 11 o'clock. And then when you got to get home, but it really is worth it. You know what I mean? It was worth it.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was definitely a good time. I'm looking forward to the next event. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I agree. And the other thing is, it's weird to you got to bear with us, guys, because I know we're live and the Knicks are playing right now and they're doing well, right? But one of the things we want to introduce to you guys is going to be a new segment. We're cleaning it up, so bear with us. It's still in pre-production mode right now. But we're going to call this segment the "What Were You Thinking?" segment, right? So this is kind of just highlighting a player on the Knicks that maybe did something that you're like, dude, what were you thinking?
What were you thinking?
What I mean? Exactly. So for today's "What Were You Thinking?" We've got none other than Manuel quickly. Oh no. Quick. What are you thinking? Look, you got Cam wide open on the corner trying to pass it to Obi because you got Obi tunnel vision and you don't even get it to Obi. Like, what are you thinking? And not for nothing, man. Quick may make our "What Were You Thinking" a bunch of times this year, because even in tonight's game, he's throwing some wild stuff.
Yeah, from time to time, he sort of has tunnel vision. You know what I mean? And he has to sort of break out of that, because that's how you become a legit point guard in this league, right? Unless you're never going to develop that skill, right? And to develop that skill, you have to look at tons of tape and realize, that you're making those mistakes and try to correct those mistakes when you're on the court, and when you're sort of asked to lead an offense, and that's part of your job, right? So I think Quick will get it. I think right now he plays the game a little too fast, and doesn't really learn. He hasn't really learn how to control the pace of his game, not the pace of the game, the pace of his game. And correct. Once he understands that, then I think he will start to see those opportunities open up for him and for other players on his team, right? He'll be able to see the court, have better vision.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. Because and once again, this is a thing. This is like we obviously we love the Knicks, man. We could poke fun at our guys, and this is the fun little segment about some certain things that happened that you're like, I don't know, what were you thinking?
What were
And
you
so
thinking?
this is one of those things. Yeah, exactly. What were you thinking? This guy, right here, Mr. Emmanuel, quickly just needs to what John said. He's got to learn his pace, like as opposed to the pace of the game. He's got to slow himself down in some of his decision making. You can move fast up the court, but you got to slow yourself down when you're about to make a decision. So that comes with time and experience.
100%.
Yeah. So looks like Knicks have the ball. Jalen Brunson, did he hit this?
And one.
Oh,
and one.
He hit that and one.
And
Yes.
one.
And he's
had
so
clutch
solid,
shots,
dude.
man. Clutch shots. Just using his body and his strength, big difference, Someone who, and this
then
is someone who's
making your free throws.
making your free throws. And this is a young man who's learned how to play within his own pace, right?
Mm-hmm. Knicks are currently up 107-98. 3 minutes and 54 seconds left in the game. Orlando has the ball right now.
And every
All right,
time
good
Orlando
stop.
tries to make a run, the Knicks have an answer for it, which we wouldn't have had an answer last year. So
very true. Very true. And that is because, and it sounds like an oxymoron or like you're kind of saying the same thing over and over. But once again, it's early, but you see it. It's a lot to do with Jalen Brunson being on that floor and keeping them stable, stopping them from being, exposed to the other team's runs too long. When you're missing a basket, he gets that basket we need to kind of keep him in the game. Smart stuff, man. I like how they're moving the ball tonight, though. I'm going to have to look at the numbers later, but I feel like they're moving the ball well.
yeah,
and they're being very aggressive.
Yeah, it definitely feels better. You know what I mean? As sort of an offensive flow, to their game.
Mhm.
Where sometimes last year we were just like, what are they running? You remember we would be like, what are they running on offense? Are they running anything other than ISO ball? Like that was big last year for us. Like this year, we're starting to see some sort of flow within the offense where it isn't one guy specifically holding the ball every possession down the court, right? You may have one or two possessions where you'll see that happen, but for the most part, you're seeing other guys touch the ball and there's movement happening. So I'm happy about that. There's some growth there on the offensive side.
Right. I tell you one thing, the last game the Knicks played against Detroit, they had a very good stat line for assist to turnover ratio. They had 29 assists and 12 turnovers. We are 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Guess what the stat line is?
Again,
29 assists, 29 assists and 12 turnovers.
That's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these open shots that we're getting, that Jalen's giving guys right now, they have to knock them down. Like
they do.
Like there's no excuse for having a wide open shot and not being able to like knock those shots down. As a matter of fact, you should be better than just hitting the rim. You should be halfway down on those shots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh, Mitch Robb cleaning the glass.
That's what he does.
See, and this is This is big with iHeart playing so many minutes. It keeps Mitch fresh in the fourth.
Very good point.
Now,
Very good point, John.
I missed part of the first half driving up. I was listening in. How is Mitch doing with his free throws? I know he got fouled a couple of times, not once.
He's 2 for 4, so 50%.
Okay, I'll take that.
I mean, listen, you want him to continue to work on it, but 50% is better than the 44% he shot for the entire season.
Right.
I think it was 44, between 44 and 46, something like that. So,
and he seems to have a better stroke to his free throw, right? Better follow through, better positioning with the way he's delivering the ball. He's not palming the ball sort of in his fingertips. He's releasing with a nice stroke. I think you see some growth there for him, and I think He may be better than what all of us assume from the free throw line by the end of this year if he keeps if he keeps active in the same trajectory.
I mean, the only thing that I actually am wait a minute. Am I looking at the right thing? Oh shoot. I apologize. Guys, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Hold on. Let me
Wrong date.
click back on it. Yeah. Let me click back on this. Sorry, I apologize, guys. My numbers are incorrect. The assist total for the Knicks is 22 with 13 turnovers. I was like, that's kind of weird. How do they duplicate the damn turnovers and stuff? 22 to 30, which is still good, but honestly, that 22 number, I want the Knicks to average 25 or better assists.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a better look for them. And it's weird because it looks like they're moving the ball in essence better than they did in the last game, but apparently not so.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a closer game and they're missing a lot of shots.
Right. Thank you, John. I was just going to say they could be moving the ball, but they're missing shots. So the assists aren't happening. Yeah.
Right.
Good point.
However, how's the rebound game? I mean, it looks like they're rebounding the ball pretty decent.
60 to 49 for the Knicks.
Yeah. It's big. That's a way to win games, especially when you ain't knocking them down.
Yeah, you got to continue to do that. And let me go back to something because you had asked about Mitch's free throws. So instead of 50%, it is 40%. He's 2 for 5. So right at his season average.
Okay, he's at a season average.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's hope that he gets fouled again and hits the next 2. So
right, but I got to tell you, the only thing that is disturbing me a little bit, and I'm not trying to nitpick, I'm just thinking like this is against the Orlando Magics and the Detroit Pistons. Those rebounding numbers from Mitch, I think, need to be higher because he should be able to dominate more against these teams, these guys. And he's only got 6 rebounds.
Right, but he also got 14 points, so that means he's being active.
Right.
On the
yes, he's scoring.
Right.
And he does have his good number of offensive rebounds.
Look at Julius's numbers. With 32 minutes that Julius is playing, he's also got about 12 rebounds or something like that.
Yep. So he's got 25 points and 12 rebounds.
And what does Ihart have on the offensive or defensive rebounds?
Ihart has 7 points and 9 rebounds, 5 defensive and 4 offensive.
Right, and how many?
So that's why I'm saying
Ihart played
18,
so
and
far.
Mitch has played 28.
Right.
So Ihart is actually being more productive in less minutes, 10 less minutes.
Yeah, but that's also circumstance, right? He's coming in with a second unit. You know what I mean? He's also I'm not trying to take away anything that Ihart is doing, but I think his roles plays a little differently off the bench, and he's able to be more aggressive on the rebounding side. I think Mitch can do the same. I think it's just circumstance for right now.
Yes, let's go. RJ knocked down a 3 in the corner. The Knicks are up 113-100 with 1 minute left to play in the fourth quarter.
That's it. Time to close the show.
And you know what? It's interesting. Look at the lineup. Look at the closing lineup out here, John. It's Brunson, it's Randall, it's Mitch, it's RJ, and Quickly.
And Quickly hasn't played a really good game either. They just need him out there for free throws, because he hasn't hit any shots.
And better defense than what Fournier will provide.
Yeah, that too. I mean, we know Fournier would have to be hot if he's going to be there in the fourth quarter.
Wow, Quickly really is. But see, once again, this is something I brought up on Saturday's Know the Ledge. As opposed to Cam Reddish, what Quickly does is he gives you other stats to help the team when he's not going well. Like Quickly's got 6 rebounds and 8 assists, and 1 steal. However, he has no points. Can you imagine that? He's got Zippo. Wow.
Yeah, he hasn't hit the shots that he took, so.
But he's only taken 5 shots, which is interesting too. He hasn't been chucking.
That's good. That's a good sign.
It's
a good sign. But again, you don't have to be scoring to affect the game positively. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, for what it's worth, he helped us get this win. And you know, on Wednesday's game, he'll probably throw up like 20 shots. So we'll see.
It's true. Tale of two quicks, man.
Yeah.
So this is a final. The final score is
Clap
New
it up,
York
clap it up,
Knicks.
clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
Yes.
2-1. And protecting home court advantage right here.
There you go.
Gotta
There you
protect
go.
your
Knicks
home
win.
court.
It's an imperative. It's important. Knicks win 115 to 102, folks. 115 to 102. Very nice to see it. Good for them to kind of keep that momentum going and beat the teams that they're supposed to be beating.
Right.
It's important.
That's what we couldn't do last year.
Mhm.
So
at least definitely
get
not at
these
home.
wins. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's good for them to be doing that. They need to continue to do that going forward. It's gonna be a lot of tests.
Right.
A lot of tests.
Yeah, definitely. And
all right,
we see
so-
on Wednesday, who do we see? We see I think it's Charlotte, right?
I believe it is Charlotte.
And Charlotte won their last two.
That is a good question, my friend.
I think the last one was without Alonzo Ball, right?
Oh, LaMelo, you mean?
I mean, yeah, LaMelo. Sorry.
Yeah. They did. They're 2-1, and that was interesting. 126-109 over the Hawks.
Yeah, did
Surprising.
he play? I don't think he did. LaMelo.
I'll tell you.
Did he play in that
now.
game? Or maybe I'm mistaken.
I don't think he did. Well,
so far this year, Julius is the leading scorer of this Knicks team. I think that's something to be said.
you gotta love it. I like the way he's playing. I like how he's not. He's in the. I don't know what happened last year. I don't know what happened last year. Maybe something else was going on with him.
No point guard.
I guess.
No point guard, and asking the guy to duplicate what he did his All-Star year. Very difficult to do when the pressure's all on him, and each team is scouting against you. You know, where that first season he made the All-Star team, no one was really scouting on him. They weren't really playing defense to guard, to like defend him until the playoffs. And then when the playoffs hit, Atlanta showed that, you know, he wasn't that guy. He wouldn't be able to just take over a game by himself. And he didn't have a good supporting staff, right, around him to take some of that pressure off. So now,
right,
you have that supporting, you know, team members that can then take away some of that pressure. I think RJ had, you know, moments towards the back end of last season, you know, and he also took over as the leading scorer for the Knicks sort of the second half of the season. But we didn't have that RJ to start the season, you know. And then we didn't. So the Kemba had those first 9 games where he played well, and then he sort of started dying out. So,
well,
you know.
I mean, played well is up for discussion, for debate.
The first
on the offensive side, he did.
The first 4 games we won, right? So it was like we were 4-0.
True. Good point.
So it's still early for us to even commit to saying, like, you know, things won't flatten out for us. But these are all good signs, and we're starting to see they're playing a lot better than they did, you know, the year before.
Agreed. Let's take a look at let's do this. We're gonna take a look at tonight's game really more in depth and look at the numbers before we get into our predictions for next week. But last Wednesday, you know, the Knicks played the Memphis Grizzlies. and they lost the game 115-112. It was not close early. Memphis came out with a lot of fire and a lot of energy, and the Knicks were struggling to keep pace with Memphis all night. Now, as we got into the second half, the third quarter, the Knicks started to get a little oomph in their step. They started to play with a little bit more urgency, and they got into the game a little bit more. They didn't make a big dent, but they started to really get into the game a little bit more. And it led to them getting into the fourth quarter and getting to a point where they tied the game on a fantastic last second play of a Jalen Brunson driving dish to Cam Reddish, who hit the big shot. The tying shot, a 3-point shot from the corner to send the Knicks and Memphis into overtime. So it was really nice effort on their part to come back and show that they got some chutzpah. So I'm happy about that. I was thinking that was a good learning moment. What did you think about that game, John?
Yeah, I would have to agree. It was a good opportunity for young players to sort of, you know, put their stamp on something, officially say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I'm here. I'm able to play this game at a high level, given the opportunity. Cam did so. Also, Jalen proved that he was up for this game. Yeah, man. I mean, outside of us having a poor start to the beginning of the game, we fought back. We played together. We rebounded the ball pretty well for that first game. And there was sort of a collective, a collective of good play. Randall was really solid. Didn't try to overdo it. Played within his game. And if we got a little bit more from Barrett outside, not to mention the referee calls were kind of skeptical. A little suspect there. But outside of that, if we were to be able to get a little bit more from RJ Barrett, maybe if he would have knocked down a couple of more shots because he had some open
Right.
looks, we would have probably won that game. But again, good learning experience right there for them against a team who's primed for a playoff push this year. They have a dynamic player in John Morant, and for RJ Barrett, that was a tough matchup to be left in the island by yourself, man-to-man coverage on one of the quickest, if not the quickest, players in the NBA. So
Very tough. Very tough.
yeah, very tough. But
But I think he
all in
he
all,
did a good job in hindsight. Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So that's what took place on Wednesday, and it was a good learning experience for them. And I think that really helps them going forward to play. Come out the gate playing a team as good as Memphis, who was playing them well. That's how you can see what a good team they are without 3 of their strong rotation pieces. So it was a
Right.
good test for them. And then we got the Friday game, the home opener, which we all attended for the most part, a lot of the Knicks community, and fantastic experience. But the Knicks beat the Detroit
Flawed game.
Pistons 130-106. It was kind of, I think, almost, I don't know if it was quite, but almost from end to end, the Knicks had the lead, almost, if not quite.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. But that definitely led for 95% of the game, and this was a really good game because obviously it gave us that moment where we got to see both the starters playing well on offense and the second unit, the bench mob, playing great on both sides of the ball. They finally got it going on the offensive side, and they were playing good defense to kind of extend the lead and really take it to the next level. That bench mob did work in that game.
Yeah. Everyone was hitting on all cylinders. It was the perfect game to wrap up, the home opener. For the squad, for everyone
Mm-hmm.
to sort of get their opportunity and just get, sort of have a presence and build their confidence around. But again, it was like that first half closer than some would want, right, to see against a young team like the Detroit Pistons. But I think overall it was a great matchup for them. They played well, and you know, it obviously moved into this current game that we just won today, because you could see that
Mm-hmm.
everyone is starting to trust each other a little bit more. You start to see it a little faster than we did in that Detroit game, right? You've seen it sort of like on the first go round. Once Tibbs did his first substitutions of the game of this game, you started to see the bench mix with the starters, and they sort of had good camaraderie off the bat, and they were able to
Mm-hmm.
share the ball, hit big shots, and sort of you know not break open the lead, but also just keep a lead. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Salute to the chat. Appreciate y'all. I see some of y'all flooding in, coming through and showing the love. Appreciate you guys. Great victory for the Knicks. You got to take out the I don't want to say that. They got to do what they got to do. I don't want to say trash, because now Orlando is a good team, and Orlando gave us the business last year, so we got no rights to call them trash.
Yeah, not at all.
Shout out to Big Task at Hand. Appreciate you. Good to see you, brother. Canal Band Lauya's in the building. El Servi is here. Sergeant 59 is in the building. Thank you. Thank you for being here, guys. Keith Turner is here. Salute.
Yeah,
Angel Torres in the building. Victor Rivera is in the building. Salute to you guys. Yeah, man. So yeah, those were the two games that happened earlier in the week, and then that brings us to tonight's game, which we were just talking about. A great victory by these New York Knickerbockers. The final score was 115-102 over the Orlando Magic. Just a quick recap of the. I won't always do this, but because they're a young team, and I think a lot of people are interested in some of these young players. Orlando had 19 points from RJ Hampton, and I like to mention RJ Hampton because he was very high on the Knicks draft wall. They really wanted RJ Hampton. We wound up with Emmanuel quickly, so just keep a note of that. 14 points from Cole Anthony, 17 and 11 for Wendell Carter. I tell you one thing, that Wendell Carter is a really solid player, bro. He's a really solid player.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Yes, 14, 6, and 5 for Franz Wagner, and another decent night from Paolo Banchero, or Banchero. 21 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Listen, it's good stuff.
The one player that didn't hurt us today was Terrence Ross.
I know, yeah.
He's known to be that Nick killer, but not today.
Have we finally found a way to stop the Nick killer? Maybe. I hope so.
Right. Contained him.
We did contain him. And for the Knicks, let's see here. There might be something that I'm not in love with. We kind of expected this to be the case, but, RJ Barrett played 37 minutes, almost 38. He had 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 rebounds and 1 assist. Julius Randle had 34 minutes of play. He had 25 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Really good game from Julius Randle. All 3 games from this year so far have been very solid for Julius. Yeah. Mitchell Robinson was good on the scoring side. He played 29 minutes. He had 14 points, 6 rebounds, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. Excuse me. That's good to see that he had the 3 blocks. Then we had Jalen Brunson, who played 33 minutes, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 3 turnovers. Uncharacteristic for him, but it's okay.
Hey,
it's all right.
Better than 5 or 6, right? I'll take 3.
That is correct. Evan Fournier didn't really have it going tonight. He 2 for 8. He had 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. But you know what? I don't think, from what I was watching, I don't think he hurt them too bad on the offense or the defense. So I think he played within the game, and that's all you can hope for. Just show the effort and be there to help your teammates. Isaiah Hartenstein, 18 minutes of play, had 7 points, 9 rebounds, 1 steal. Emmanuel Quickly, we mentioned earlier, in 23 minutes had 0 points. He only shot 5 times, but he didn't hit anything. However, he did finish with 6 rebounds, 8 assists, and 1 steal. So he contributed in other ways. Cam Reddish, I thought he played a little bit more, but I guess not. Played 14 minutes.
Solid
He had
minutes.
14 solid minutes. It's true. He had 7 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. I like when Cam is doing other things on the court. That's
Any
good.
steals? Any steals? Did he get any steals?
No steals.
He was definitely active though.
And Obi Toppin, played 13 minutes.
Solid.
I don't know how. I think I would like him to be somewhere in between that 15 and 18, but it is what it is. He had 10
Solid
points.
14 though.
Yeah, he did. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. He definitely was an energizer out there. He got a lot of nice transition fast break plays to kind of help give the Knicks continuous leads and keep them ahead of Orlando. And then lastly, Derrick Rose. Surprisingly, Derrick Rose only played 8 minutes. This is interesting how they're using Derrick. He played 8 minutes. He had 3 points, and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, solid. Not the best performance that the Knicks will have all season, but solid enough to get this win, right? And that's more important. Got to win the games that count. Because we can't look back in the schedule and say, man, we should have won that game. We should have won this game. And then, long and behold, we don't make a seed where we should have made a seed, right? Like, so this is all. Every game is important to win, especially if you're hoping to be a playoff contender, year in and year out. So I'm glad we got this win. Looking forward to this next matchup against Charlotte Hornets.
Agreed. Shout out to a couple more people in the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in and joining us. Man. In the building. Salute to you, my brother. Eric G75 is here. Shout out to you. Nice is in the building. Good to see you, my brother. Thank you for tuning in. Hector Gaston is in the building. Salute to you. C. Cartagena is here. Salute to you, my brother. And the official barber of Still Knick fans, Dripmore, is in the building. Dripmore, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you. Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. And so just real quick before we get to our predictions, I just wanted to talk about this because this is something that we got to pay attention to in this short season for the New York Knicks because it's a different part of the game, and that's the points in the paint, the second chance points, and the fast break points. So now this game, the fast break points, the Knicks were tied 8-8 with Orlando. That's the number we would like to get higher. So for whatever reason, I don't understand it because it looked like the Knicks were up and down a lot in this game. But as you pointed out, John, they did miss a lot of shots. Those fast break points only count if you make the shots.
Absolutely. And to Ron Cleveland's point, RJ has not shot the ball well again. I mean, he's being aggressive. I want to give him credit where credit is due. He's continually he's staying aggressive, which is important for his game, for his maturity, for his maturation as a player to stay aggressive. But he hasn't shot it as well as he did in the preseason. And hopefully that starts to turn itself around because once that happens, all bets are off because RJ can get hot and then he can start taking the next step in his, in his growth. But unfortunately, as it stands today, he hasn't shot the ball well. So
yeah, that's very true. Agreed. 37% is not a good number from the field. Definitely needs to work on that.
So I don't know. Is Tibbs making him play through it? Right, 38 minutes.
It looks like it. It looks like these guys have a green light, especially the ones that Tibbs already knows has been on the team and is comfortable with. I mean, they have a green light. Up until tonight, Quickly had a green light. You saw him pulling, but tonight, I guess it was very manageable. He only shot 5 times. So, and RJ has a green light. Randall's got a green light. These guys got carte blanche. Go do what you got to do. As long as you don't shoot us out the game, I think Tibbs is giving him a long leash.
Right.
Um, the other stat I wanted to look at is second chance points. New York Knicks have 27 second chance points to 24 for Orlando. Excuse me. I apologize. Oh, boy, that's a lot of second chance points for Orlando. But
Right.
I do like the fact that the Knicks had more than them. That's a good sign. So you would hope to kind of, and that goes back to what I was saying about Mitch and the rebounding. You know, if Mitch had a couple more rebounds, then those second chance points for Orlando might go down a little bit because they're not getting those opportunities. But I don't want to, poke the bear. I might get Mitch mad. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then here's the number that everybody is excited for this year. Especially shout out to D Poetic D is balling, aka D the Nick analyst, aka D's World of Hoops.
These World of Hoops.
Points in the paint. Knicks had 56 to Orlando's 48. So when you go by 56 points in the paint and they out rebounded them 62 to 49, 9 times
That's
out
the
of 10
game.
you're going to win the basketball game. Yeah.
That's the game right there. That's it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very good point. And it's good to see that from the Knicks. And the Knicks as a team shot 46% from the field as a team. So
Right.
that's a good sign. 3, they shot 29% as a team, so that's not lovely. One good thing is that they shot 72% from the free throw line. Now I know you guys may be like, okay, 72 is not that great. Orlando shot 85% from the free throw line, but if you keep in mind that the last game the Knicks shot 60%, so this is a 12% growth from the last game. So that is a good sign.
Take the increase.
We'll take it.
Baby steps. Baby steps.
Exactly. So yeah, man, that's pretty much the recap for the games that took place this week. Knicks,
Right.
I think finished in a positive manner where we could all hang our heads and be happy with what they did. And another thing that we can say, all 3 games they showed effort from beginning to end. Effort was there. Yeah. So yeah, man, I think, are you ready for the predictions?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, listen.
Are you ready?
Oh.
What's going on?
What's happening? Whoa. I'm getting a little scared.
Oh. Hey, what's
Oh.
going on?
Jose's in the building.
Yes, he is.
Why is he not?
Wait.
Why is
He's
he not saying
frozen.
anything? Is
No,
he
I'm
in
not
the Smile
frozen.
movie?
Oh.
Oh. I thought it was I thought we were in the Smile movie for a second.
What's up, fellas?
What's
happening,
going on,
Jose?
Jose?
Are you guys ready?
I think so.
Are you
I
sure?
think we know who won. Oh, I
Oh,
know who won.
come on now.
You guys
You
want
know we
to
ready.
do prediction or reveal the king?
Let's just reveal the king.
Let's reveal the king.
Whoever that may be this week.
Come on.
Fingers
Why not?
crossed.
Let's
Like
get
we
right
just
to it.
hope for the best. Anything we can do to just show that we're here.
This guy right here. This guy.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment that we all been waiting for. Who is our first king of the week for predictions? And this week, the winner is... I'm just holding it for suspense. Hold up.
Oh, damn.
No worries.
I know I didn't.
And the winner
know I didn't
is... Who is the
Let's
winner
go,
today?
Ron. That
I
man.
don't know. Who could the winner be? Who won? Wait, Jose. No, Jose. Listen, I don't.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
Go ahead,
winner for
Ron.
this week is Ron with a perfect prediction sweep. Everybody was making fun of him last week when he said that the Knicks will lose the first game, but he predicted it, and guess what, folks? He predicted correctly. So, Ron,
Yes, he
this
did.
one is for you.
Yeah. We gotta get you a bouquet of flowers, man. Those are dope. Or some confetti. Maybe some confetti.
Maybe.
No, I don't need anything. These tears that are raining down are enough, guys.
Okay, Ron, you had your moment. Now we have to predict for next week. Are you guys ready?
I see. Gotcha.
Yeah, we gotta move on. We gotta move on, Ron. We gotta move on.
So this week we actually have 3 games coming up, and we're actually able to discuss all 3 games in our next week Monday show. But before you guys start predicting, hold up, Ron, I actually want you to text me your prediction because last week John texted me his while you were speaking.
Fair.
Yeah.
Very
And
nice.
John, while Ron is, sending me his text, I want you to look at the next 3 games and try to figure out what you predict.
Yeah. I'm wondering if this is an opportunity to get the chat involved.
Mm.
You know, I'm gonna lean on the chat real quick. Tell me your predictions. Tell me your predictions. I think I'll take the first prediction that comes on the board. First prediction to come on the board, that's the one I'm going with. Come on, help me out, guys. Help me out, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
And
So
there's the chat.
I mean, I don't know.
What we got going on?
Okay.
Anyone? Anyone?
Right. So, okay, these guys are playing. It's going to be raining outside. I don't know how that's going to affect.
Well, listen, I'm gonna give the chat one more minute. If we don't get a prediction, let's put the lineup for the next 3 games. Like who's the matchup? We have Knicks versus Charlotte at home. We have the Knicks versus Milwaukee in Milwaukee. We have the Knicks versus Cleveland in Cleveland. All right. I see Nice put Cleveland will beat us. So are you saying that we will get the win against Charlotte and Milwaukee? Is that what you're saying? All right, let's see.
I don't know. Look, Ron Cleveland just said win, win, win.
Win, win, win.
Wow.
He got 3 dubs. D Nice said we would go 2-1.
All right, well, I did say I'm going
with the first one. You did say you will go with the first one.
So I'm going to lock it in because, that's the first one, right? Would have been from Nice, right? Oh, no, this is a D Nice and a Nice. So we got 2 Nice in a row. So
Double
John
the Nice.
Wait, John, if we're
Knicks
really going to
series.
go based on the first one, Nice only said that Cleveland will beat us. So he basically gave you the prediction for the last game.
Right. Only.
And then Ron Cleveland said that we are going to take 3 dubs.
Wins.
So how about this? In order to compromise, we're going to say for you, John, win, win, loss.
Win, win, loss.
Sure you trust the chat today?
Man, you guys are putting me into something right now. Win, win, loss. So we're going to win against Giannis and lose against Cleveland. All right, I'm rolling with the chat. Let's go. Let's go. I'm a man of the people.
All right, folks. Ron, even though you didn't want to use the chat to predict your win, it's okay because it seems like you are the man of the people because Ron prediction is just like Ron Cleveland. 3 dubs for these next 3 games.
Wow. I see the energy.
Yeah, let's go. However, I just want to throw a little caveat out there. I'm going with the dub.
No caveats. No caveats. I don't want to hear this because you never wrong with the caveat.
What?
No caveats.
No, I'm just saying.
No caveats. You are sticking with your guns. You're gonna get those wins. That's what there ain't no caveat. I don't want to hear.
I'm keeping.
If there's any team to lose against, it would be. I don't want to hear no caveat.
No, I'm keeping the 3 W's. All I'm saying is, right now, Darius Garland's not playing. If he comes back to play in that game, they may beat us. But I'm still saying we're gonna win. I'm still saying it. Still saying it.
All right, gentlemen. Well, it's a pleasure. These are your predictions. You are locked in for this week, and we shall see if Ron, you come back as the reigning king, or if John's gonna come and take that crown away from you.
Right. And it would be
Tough
on
times.
the backs of this chat room right now, holding it down for us, giving
Let's
me
go.
some love and helping me out.
Let's
Hopefully, the
go.
chat has your back. Peace out.
Let's see.
Look at my boy. All right. So guys, thank you. I was able to get a little energy throughout this show as we got closer to the end, but I am not gonna lie, it comes and goes. My throat is starting to bother me. It's itchy, scratchy, owie, owie, as the little kids say. Owie, owie. So I gotta heat up some more tea. Whatever I can do, maybe gargle with some warm salt and water, like your grandmother used to teach you. Yeah, man.
That's right.
I just gotta get some vitamin D, vitamin C, and some zinc.
There you go.
Don't forget it, guys. So man, another great show. I'm glad we were able to get through it. I'm glad the Knicks, have pulled off another victory. They're 2-1 on the season. I'm excited for the next 3 games to come this upcoming week. Thank you to the chat for being here and rocking with us. Appreciate you guys.
And you're
John,
also glad
any
that you
final-
got the first king of the week.
Oh, thank you for not only reminding me of that, but also acknowledging me as the king of this week, because last year it didn't really turn out too well for me. But this is a new year, season 3. It's a new attitude, baby. Let's go.
Got that winning attitude.
John, any final words, brother?
As always, this was a pleasure, and I will say for all of you in the chat, appreciate all the love. Respect to all of you. Looking forward to meeting you in the next NBK event. So for all of you out there, stay blessed. Looking forward to the next one.
Agreed. Thank you, C. Carter Jr. I'm gonna have to add that: the ginger, the lemon, and the honey. Facts. I got to get that cracking because I need it, man. I may have to even call out tomorrow. That's rare. We'll see. Anyway, thank you guys once again for being here with us. We appreciate you. Let's go Knicks. Thank you to everybody that came through for the NBK home opener on Friday. It was a pleasure meeting all you guys, the whole Knick community. We coming together. It's a beautiful thing, and that's what it's all about, man. I can't tell you how inspirational and exciting it is for both of us. And hopefully next year, and let me tell you guys, you missed Jose by this much. Jose was almost trying to get that last minute ticket, but it sold out. Jose would have been with us in the building too. It would have been like Tres Mascareritos again, folks. But it didn't happen. Anyway, guys, as I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Knick fans, we'll be back again. Take care of yourselves. Shout out to my man Jose on the 1s and 2s, holding us down as always. This dude's electric. I don't know what he's doing, but it's exciting. No one gets that. You guys get that movie reference? Somebody in the chat's got to know where that's from. Okay, whatever. I'm not giving it away. You guys figure it out by next show. All right, man. Thank you guys for being here. It's a pleasure. We'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully, we'll see if there is an NBA report this Thursday. But I do have some prior commitments, and we might not be able to do this. So we'll let you know. Put something on. Maybe we could put something on the community tab on Nothing But Knicks or something like that. Possibly. We'll see. But thank you guys for tuning in. And remember to check us out if we are on Thursday at 8 or on Know the Ledge on Saturday at 11 a.m. and then right back for SKF Weekly next week at 9 p.m. Take care. Stay tuned. Be safe, everybody. Have a great night.